here we are, the tunnel of death.
This is Tajikistan, a Central Asian country with a rich culture.
Look at this place.
Located at the crossroads of various civilizations, it was an important milestone on the ancient Silk Road. But the old Silk Road isn't just a relic of the past. It's still very much alive today.
From the Samuni Square here in the center of Dushanbe, you can embark on a journey along a legendary 1,000-kilometer long highway, which has been part of the ancient Silk Road for millennia. Let's go.
It's a highway that connects Tajikistan with China and is part of the age-old Premier Highway. As we exit the eastern city gate of Dushanbe, our road trip picks up speed.
We are driving on thousands of years of history.
The former Soviet Union was the first to pave the historical trail, but it has been falling apart for a long time. In 2009, the China Road and Bridge Corporation was commissioned to upgrade the road to modern standards. The plan is for the upgraded road to eventually connect with the Chinese border. As the highway project extends eastwards from Dushanbe, it will face a major challenge: the Pamir Mountains. With difficult terrain and harsh weather, the region accounts for nearly 45% of the country's landmass, but only 2% of its population.
这个高海拔呢，也会导致这个常年的这个冻土。
The high altitude results in permafrost year-round, posing a technical challenge for road construction. Additionally, the thin air at high altitudes presents health challenges for workers. Lastly, the Pamir is a very remote and underdeveloped area, where even power supply can be problematic.
地处非常偏远的这个落后地区，电力供应都会有问题。
But building a high-quality road here will be crucial if the region is to realize better development.
Of course, China also has a lot to gain from the increased land trade connectivity with Tajikistan and, by extension, its neighboring states to the west.
We stopped at a random remote bazaar. It was the last place I expected to hear the Chinese language.
My Chinese name Shanbo.
Shanbo.
Shanbo, yeah.
That's your Chinese name?
Yeah. Shan is like mountain.
Mountain, yes.
Yeah.
Why do you choose Chinese language?
Because at the future I want to be an interpreter.
You want to be an interpreter in Chinese?
Yeah, I want to be an interpreter.
This may reflect how some locals are perceiving the economic opportunities from growing ties between China and Tajikistan. After experiencing this modern upgrade to the ancient Silk Road heading east, we explored another route that leads north. This is a museum in Tajikistan's second-largest city, Khujand, situated near the northern border. Among the many historical artifacts here, you'll find something quite unique: a set of workers' overalls. Why is this contemporary item held in such high esteem? Because it was worn by Chinese road builders who worked under these conditions from 2006 to 2009 in order to construct this. A 360-kilometer highway connecting the capital Dushanbe to the border of neighboring Uzbekistan in the north. Before the upgrade, this route was notoriously treacherous, even gaining some levels of international fame for featuring the so-called Tunnel of Death, which we will cross later.
This road is also the only domestic link to Khujand. Such an essential highway would have been built much earlier if not for this, the Zarafshan mountain range.
Before venturing into the mountains, we talked to some drivers offering car rides to Khujand.
In the past, the trip would take more than 10 hours. During winter, the road would sometimes be sealed off, forcing people to drive around the mountains through Uzbekistan to reach Khujand.
Wow, having to drive around through another country? Anyway, let's hop in again and see the highway for ourselves.
A tremendous amount of work went into making this highway drivable year-round, including constructing over 3,000 meters of protective structures, 3 major bridges, and 35 smaller ones.
As we journey deeper into the mountains, we'll see many of these tunnels.
This is the Anzop Tunnel, initially built before the Chinese team came and upgraded the highway.
It is famous for its nickname, the Tunnel of Death.
Yeah, the Anzop Tunnel is no joke. It's known as the Tunnel of Death or the world's most dangerous tunnel.
Mwah, dream come true for claustrophobics.
Water leakage, poor lighting, and ventilation once made it dangerous for travel. But all that was in the past. After a series of improvements, the Anzop Tunnel would now likely disappoint those who hoping to tempt fate. The weather is fickle in this region. Heavy rain accompanied us until the Anzop Tunnel, but when we exited, it was all sunshine. Harsh weather was once the greatest threat to drivers here. During the highway's construction from 2006 to 2009, workers not only built the road, but also rescued over 35,000 stranded vehicles and assisted 23,000 residents.
冬天基本上这条路呢，
In winter, this road frequently experiences snowfall, and each snowfall will trigger an avalanche without exception. Therefore, there may be 3 or 4 avalanches in a month. We have established a dedicated maintenance team that stays at several avalanche-prone locations 24 hours a day to provide timely rescue.
那么我们要全力以赴的去抢救生命。
Now this is a much more modern-looking tunnel. The over 5,200-meter-long Chinese-built Sharistan Tunnel was opened in 2012. As part of the highway project, it is the longest highway tunnel in Central Asia. Without it, people used to have to drive up the mountains.
در حقیقت تاجیکستان 93% کوهستان است.
In fact, 93% of Tajikistan is mountainous, so one of the types of transport that can provide high-level freight transportation is road transport. Therefore, construction is of immense importance for our country from an economic and social point of view.
بی‌نهایت اهمیت کلان دارد.
For a long time, the lack of transport infrastructure hinders travel, work, and trade. Because of limited development opportunities, nearly a third of the country's economy relies on remittances from Tajiks working abroad. Expectations are put on building more roads to improve local livelihoods. As the Chinese saying goes, if you want to get wealthy, build a road first.